But I think maybe if it's okay for my colleagues, we can start now. There will be a few words of introduction, which will allow other people to join us. So before we start, I repeat once again, sorry if we insist on that, we are recording. So whenever we are recording, we need to let you know that well, your image is going to go in a file that might be used. And so by leaving your camera on, you authorize the SALL project to use this image for educational or communication purpose if this happens. And so if you don't want this to happen, you can turn your camera off. Otherwise, you can leave it on. It's always nicer for everyone. So we can officially start. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Just one word of context. This masterclass, this webinar, is within the framework of a European project, which is called SALL, School as Living Lab, which started last September. What is the objective? Facilitating the fact that schools act in his own environment and together with other partners in the environment on issues that are of interest for the whole community. So in this idea of open schooling, Living Lab is a keyword, a methodology, an approach that can be helpful in designing pedagogical journeys, or in any case to facilitate school to act in an open way, so as open schools. We are in a process of co-creating a methodology to applying Living Lab methodology to open schooling. Within this co-creation phase, we do workshops, which are within a smaller number of people. And we also want to hear from people that have specific experiences on Living Lab, even not concerning the school or concerning the school like today. So yesterday we had the Knowle West Media Center in the UK that told us something about their experience as a Living Lab in Bristol. Today, we will know later. Later on this afternoon at 6 o'clock, we will have a service designer, Elin, and we will try to understand why the service design approach is very important to understand our topic. And tomorrow at 12, we will have François Millet, who is the manager of a Living Lab in Caen in France. So that's it for what I had to say as an introduction. The idea is that I can now leave the word to Roske Franke from Nemo Science Center, who is responsible for today's session.
Yes, thank you, Matteo. Welcome, everyone, to this second masterclass that we organized for the SALL project in a series of 4 presentations. My name is Rooske Franse. I'm very happy to be here with you. I work for Nemo Science Museum in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, and we were one of the partners of this whole project with a special focus on stakeholder engagement. Well, one of the principles of the SALL methodology is co-creation. So schools, including students, are going to cooperate, work together with other societal actors to co-create solutions for specific issues. This means that students will work together with adult professionals they hardly know. What is it like for a 13-year-old to do that? What makes it difficult, maybe, or what makes it very rewarding to do that? Are the specific things that we, as partners of the SALL project, can take into account to facilitate the co-creation process between students and other societal actors? We thought the best way to find out is to ask a 13-year-old herself. So that is why we invited Eileen today in today's masterclass. And we asked her to share with us her experiences with working together with external parties. So in today's masterclass, I would like to invite you to look at the SALL methodology and the SALL project from the perspective of the student. Maybe good to know that Eileen does not have specific experience with working with the Living Lab methodology, but she does have a lot of experience with working with projects with externals. So at her school, they start already doing that right in the first year and continue until the final year of the school trajectory. So during this period of time, students are giving more and more responsibility, and in the final year, they run projects all by themselves. So Eileen is halfway. She's in the third grade, the grade for the Netherlands. And she's going to tell us about how everything goes. So before we start, again, remind you that the meeting is recorded. That it means that if you activate your Zoom during the masterclass, you are authorizing the SALL project to use your image in educational and communicational purposes. And I also want to ask you to stay on mute during the meeting. Please ask your questions in the chat. Eileen's presentation will last approximately 10 minutes, and afterwards there will be plenty of time to ask Eileen questions. So you can start writing your questions in the chat during the presentation. So if everything is fine, then we can now start with the meeting. Maybe Eileen, you can start sharing your screen with us.
Yes, I will do that. Yes, I will do that. Yeah.
And in the meantime, maybe you can tell a little bit more about yourself so we can get to know you a little bit better. So my first question is, what are your interests and what would you like to do when you're not in school?
Yeah, I'm Elin. I'm 13 years old, and I really like to surf and to skate. When I grow up, I want to be a sports physiotherapist. And today I'm going to tell you something about how we do projects at my school and how we work with other organizations.
Wonderful. You can start your presentation.
So this is my school. It's the CalandLyceum. It's based in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. We are going to this school for 6 years, and when we start this school about when we are 8 years old, there are 3 different school directions you can follow. I chose a technical direction. It's called Technasium. This is a school direction where we work on STEM projects every week. We have 4 hours per week special classes where we learn about inquiry-based learning and learning by design. We work on 3 projects in a year, and we are when these projects are we are working in this project in with 4 students in a team. We get a problem from a company and we have to find a solution for this problem. The company comes visit us more or less 2 times to see the project we are making in the progress we are making in a project. We have a lot of different terms and roles in Technasium. We work in groups of 4 students while we are doing a project, and a project takes 2 months. Per group, we have 1 student that leads the project. We call him the leader. This student makes the planning of the project. 1 student focuses on the design of the solution. 1 student does the communication with the company, and 1 student makes the group site. We all work as a team for the solution, and when somebody needs help, we can help each other to get better and learn from each other. We call the teacher a coach at Technasium because he doesn't teach us, but he helps us when we find something difficult. Every year we focus on another skill, for example, working together or communication. At Technasium, we learned how to handle a lot of responsibility. Working with external partners. A thing that I really like at Technasium, but is also very difficult, is working with external partners because they expect things of us, and that makes it stressful sometimes. But I also think it's a really good thing because we can learn from them because they have a lot of experience with what they are doing. When you work with external partners, you also work on your communication skills because you have to contact them by yourself. You can choose you can choose the external partners you want to work with. So you choose the partner that your team likes the most. Sometimes it can be hard to find a partner. Sometimes it can be hard to find a partner for the project, for example, because they don't have a problem for the students to work on, but sometimes they don't even answer our calls or emails at all. Oh. Yeah. Example, for before the Christmas day break, we did a project with Amsterdam Light Festival. Always a lot of tourists come there to see the beautiful artwork that our artists made from all over the world with light. For the project, we had to make an artwork with light in it too. The festival was cancelled this year because of COVID. Together with Amsterdam Light Festival and our coach, we searched for a solution so we could still show the artwork we made. The local government offered us to show our artworks in the Stopera in Amsterdam for 2 months. We were very happy with this. Our coach from the school helped us with the communication with the local government because it was really understand what they were saying sometimes, and because they used a lot of difficult words. What's needed? There are a few things that are important in the project, and I'm gonna tell you something, yeah, that I think it's really important to use. A good teamwork is really important because when you don't work as a team, there always come a lot of miscommunication in the teams, and there will be a lot of trouble. You also need a good communication with external partners so you can understand each other and you can come to the best solution possible. You have to accept if something goes wrong because everyone makes mistakes and it's totally fine because you learn from them. What's difficult? A difficult thing about Technasium is that the project always have parts you don't like as much as the others. But you still have to do them, so yes. After 3 years of Technasium, I learned a lot of things, but I still think making good planning is hard. What I like. I really like to have freedom in what we choose. We can do the project in a way that we like it. Is another good thing about Technasium is that we can find solutions, and with finding solutions, we can help people and organizations. Are there any questions?
Thank you so much, Eileen, for your wonderful presentation. I really enjoyed listening to you. I would like to invite all participants to write their questions and remarks for Eileen in the chat. You got a lot of applause, I see. While people are doing that, I thought maybe I start with the first question I have, if you are okay with that. You mentioned in your presentation that in your project, you worked together with 2 external parties, the Light Festival and the local government. Yes. That's correct, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
So were there any major differences between these 2 partners in terms of working together? So did you, for example, have a preference for working with a Light Festival, or did you prefer to work with the local government? With whom did you enjoy most to work together, and why?
I most like to work with Amsterdam Light Festival because the local government used a lot of difficult words, and it was hard sometimes to understand them. But also, um, yeah, they have a higher status, if I say it correct, because Light Festival was more of my age. Now they're older, of course, but they still their age is still there's yeah, I don't know how to say this. There's they're younger, so it's easier to talk to them, and the local government is just a higher status, and you get nervous sometimes to talk to them because you think maybe I say something wrong, or do I say everything correct, and with Amsterdam Light Festival, don't had that feeling sometimes because I don't know. I just think that yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why, but I just think that the Amsterdam Light Festival I like more to work with.
Yeah, and the other way around. So you are much younger than these people of the local government. Are there wordings that you use that they don't understand, for example?
Uh, I think I didn't choose because I didn't choose words that they don't know because you really think of what you're saying and you choose words that all the local government also know. So
Mhm.
I don't think so.
Okay. I have a first question from Jelena. Um, She says, thank you very much, Eileen. That was a great presentation. And can you tell us a little bit more about the Light Festival? On what kind of task did the students work on? And in what kind of task did you feel most included?
The Amsterdam, I have to tell something about what the Amsterdam Light Festival is or what we did for them? I don't.
Yeah, very shortly, what the Amsterdam Light Festival was about, but especially about what you did for them. What kind of tasks? So what did you add to the work of the Light Festival?
Ah, so we did a project for them. We had 8 groups of 4 students, and every group made artwork and the Light Festival. Then they have a route. I don't know the word in English. They
But
have a tour every year, and in the tour, there are a lot of artworks from artists that made them all over the world, and they come to Amsterdam, the artwork, and the Amsterdam Light Festival show it, and you can have a boat tour of a bicycle tour, or you can walk the tour too. So you can see all the beautiful artwork they made, and we, as a group, every group had to make artwork too with lights in it. So, for example, we made a cell phone with a ringtone, and when you scan, we made a video. So when the people saw our artwork, they can see the video, and it said nature was calling. So nature wanted to say that we did really uh, yeah, did really good actually. So that it's going with the plastic soup. So there was uh, I don't know how to say this. There was minder
last,
less plastic in the sea every year. So that we did really great because we had to made a positive positive
positive.
positive turn on it. So I think it was really nice project. And Amsterdam Light Festival have another team
Team
every year.
or topic?
Yeah, they have another topic every year. So this year it was for us it was nature was calling, um, because in nature you have to do something about, yeah, and a good thing about nature, or that
Okay,
was Gedon great this year.
that gives a good impression of what you've done. I have another question from Pavlos from Greece, and he asked, have any of your classmates or the other students, found it difficult or maybe embarrassing or interesting to work with adults that are not their teachers? So, can you tell a bit about how other students experienced working together with external parties?
Yes, of course I can do that. The other students, I think they also thought it was hard, but also really nice because you can learn. We learned a lot this project, and the other students, we all really enjoyed talking to Amsterdam Light Festival because they were very nice people and they helped us when we find something difficult. So every uh, yeah, every student really liked talking to them, and I didn't think it was difficult, I think. So, um, yeah, no, my group of, yeah, my school group, I think, I don't know how we call it in English, but my class, that's what we call it. My class, yeah, they didn't think it was difficult, I think. I think they thought that it was really nice to talk to them and they helped us, so we all really liked it.
Hmm. Okay, thank you. I've got another question from Jelena, and it's about working together with the local government because you did in this project. Was that the first time that the school or the students from the school worked with the local government, or did you already before work together with them?
Now, actually, the coach of our class did that because they have a really high status, so it was really hard for us to talk to them. So the coach helped us with talking to them. But yes, it was the first time we talked to the local government. We don't usually talk to them, and it was to find a solution so we can still show our artwork. So it wasn't, yeah, at first it wasn't an intention to talk to them at all, but I think it's also, we learned from it a lot. So yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't talk to them before.
Okay, I've got a question from Marius, and he asked, within this project, this Light Festival project, do all groups of students in the same class work on the same topic? And if yes, what about the outcome solutions? So do they all look the same, or do you have the opportunity to present and share your projects and get to know from each other? So did you all get the same problem and find different solutions, or was it differently? Can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we had different solutions, of course, because we can't make all the same artwork or can all make the same solution. So we all have different solutions. But we have the same topic and the same organizations and the same external partners. But yeah, we did it for the first 3 years of the school, CalandLyceum, where we started when we were around 12 or 13 or 14 years old. Um, the first 3 years, the coach find a external partner for us, and we all have the same external partner and the same topic, but we find different solutions. But from my year, it's we have to find our own external partners. We have to contact them by our own, and yeah, they we find we have to find a problem they really like to have a solution for, and we can find a solution for it, because it's also don't work when we have a too difficult problem or something. So yeah, we all have the same external partners and the same topic, but we all have different solutions.
Clear. Thank you. I have a question from Yair, and he asks, does it happen that you and your class friends need to continue working on the project after school hours? So if you have to do that, what do you feel about that?
Yes, we do have to do that, but I think, yeah, we think as a class, some people don't really like that, but some people do really like that, and I really like that because yeah, yeah, always you make your homework. Also, you do that not always in the lesson, because sometimes you make your homework at home, and I think, yeah, you also have to do things at home for the project, and it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of yeah, it takes a lot of time, and you have to take the time for it. But it's nice when you have a good solution, and you have have a good eindresultaat. I don't know the word in English.
What
Eindresultaat.
Eindres, so the end, so the result, the end project.
Yeah, the end product. So yeah, yeah, we have to do work on it after school.
Yeah, yeah. I have also another question, because in your presentation you told us what you find difficult, and one of the things you mentioned was making a good planning. Is
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, we make plannings from when we start on the school. But I think it's hard to plan because, yeah, the project is not that long. It's only 2 months or 2.5 months. So, but you still have to do a lot of things. So you have to don't have enough. You can't um you can't know before you do them how long it takes to do them. So sometimes I plan two tiny spaces. I don't know, two, not too many. Yeah. So I plan sometimes too few time to do it, and it takes longer. So my planning isn't correct anymore, because it takes too long, and then the next thing is already have to be done, and I'm still with the first thing or with the two things. So no, yeah, I don't know sometimes how to plan really good, but my coach helped me, so I get better every year and every lesson with it. So yeah, I learn, but it's still hard.
Yeah, yeah. It's recognizable. It's the same when you grow older. So I have a question from DJ. What does motivate you and other students to participate in these kind of projects?
Um, it motivates me because when I grow up, I maybe you can use this to be better and do my work and stuff. So it motivates me while we are doing the project and something is difficult. It motivates me that when we have the uh, end solution,
Mhm.
the it can be um, yeah, it can be really good, and when you do a thing that's difficult, afterwards you feel really good because you did it. And yeah, sometimes something is hard, but you have to go through it, and when you did it, you're really happy. So yeah, it's difficult sometimes, but it always motivates me that when I'm done, I'm really happy, and I'm also happy with what I did. So yeah. Yeah,
And
I'm proud of it when I did my work. So yeah,
mhm,
that also motivates me.
mhm. Thank you. I have a question from Marie-Loes, and she asked, now you have worked now with two different partners, the Light Festival and the local government. So are there any companies that you're thinking about that you would like to work with in the future?
Yeah, we worked with I don't know, maybe 9 or something. But in this project from Amsterdam Light Festival, we worked with Amsterdam Light Festival and the local government. But we worked with two, yeah, maybe 9 other companies. So in the future, I want to work with the leger, Defensie. I don't know the word in English.
Yeah, later. Just a moment.
The law? Wouldn't that be the law?
Army.
Ministry of Defense.
Yeah.
I really want to
Ministry of
work with
Defense.
them. And because I think their work is really good what they're doing. And I think I really yeah, I think they also inspired me or something. Inspire me sometimes because when we do projects, sometimes you have to find a solution with also with helping people or something, or making backpacks always was one project too. And then I look to them and I think, oh wait, they have this kind of stuff in their backpack, and oh, that's really nice. Looks really good. So I really want to do a project with the Ministry of Defense.
Defense. Yeah. Okay. And from all the parties that you worked with, which did you enjoy the most?
I think Eureka Cup. It was Netherlands, yeah, a competition when all technasia's, so the schools that do technasium, yeah, they have a competition, and one or three people win the competition, and they have a lot of, yeah, a lot of, they. So I really like Eureka Cup because it was nice to do, and you have a competition, so it motivates me because I want to win always. So I really like it because, yeah, we have to do really good, and we have to work in my head. We have to do really good because my coach doesn't want us to win. He just wants us to learn things and stuff. But I thought that I had to win, so that motivates me. And we win from the class, so my team has to go to the national competition with other schools. And it was the best day I ever had because I met other teams that were really motivated, and I thought that was a really, really good project because I learned a lot. I met new people and I made new friends, and yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, you tell a bit that afterwards you meet also the other students. So is that always the case that at the end of the project that you meet up with other people, and do you really want to know what happens with the solutions that your team brought to these external parties? Do you stay in contact with them afterwards, after the project is finished?
Normally we just do a project with only our class, but we had two or maybe three. I don't think, I just think two project were with one was with all Technasia in the Netherlands, but one was with three schools. That was Amsterdam Light Festival actually. So we had a competition where we worked on our artwork, and afterwards we can see the artwork from the other two schools. It was Stamstede and another school I don't really know anymore, but we can't see them because of Corona, of COVID. So that was sad because yeah, I really wanted to meet them, but it was also yeah, safety first. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but we stay in touch if we meet them. Yes, we stay in
Okay.
touch.
Yeah. I have a question from Mario, and he wants to know if there are any evaluation criteria that are used for the projects, and are you receiving any feedback from your teacher or from the external parties to improve your projects? Can you tell a little bit more about that?
Yes, we evaluate
Evaluate?
evaluate each other. So maybe one of my teammates, for example, one of my friends, maybe is in my team. So I tell him, he show me one of my classmates in another team, show me what they got, and I say, oh, that's so nice, but maybe you can change that, and it will be nicer. So we can help each other and we evaluate each other, but at the end the teacher does, or the external partner does. First the teacher does, and at the end the external partner yeah, make the grade, or yeah, make the grade. And we give grade to each other, so we have a form, I think it's called like that, form. We have a form uh, where we evaluate my teammates, and I say what they did good or they didn't. They can maybe change that they get better. So yeah, we do have a evaluate form that we fill in, but the external partner does the final grade.
Okay. And let me see. Odd has a question. Is the project-based learning experience part of the Dutch curriculum? So is it only in your school that you work in that way, or does all other schools work in the same way?
Only the Technasia of Amsterdam do that. So in the Netherlands we have a lot of Technasia, not that much, but we have quite some in the Netherlands. In Amsterdam, I think there are 3 of them, and only the Technasium work in this way. So not all schools, just so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are about at the end of the meeting, I think. If there is one last question, then it can still be asked. Please put it in the chat. Did I miss out an important question? I see here Ivana. Can you compare experience of learning from common school systems? No, we just discussed that. No, I think most questions are answered. So, Eileen, thank you very much for your presentation. It was wonderful. Thank you for sharing all your thoughts and your experiences with us, taking the students' perspective. We have a lot of new information that we will take with us to the workshop next week and discuss that. I also want to thank all participants for attending this masterclass, and I would like to remind you that we have 2 masterclasses left that week. This afternoon, we will meet Emily Brûlé, a service designer, at 4 o'clock Central European Time. And on Thursday at 12 o'clock, we will meet François Millet. I hope I pronounce it in the right way, and is a manager at the Dome in France. So we're going to close. thank you again, Eileen. Wonderful presentation.
Big thank you.
Big applause, and have a great day, everyone, and see you in a while.